Hello everyone, and welcome to this video where we'll be exploring the Misthalin region in RuneScape 3 Leagues 2 Equilibrium. So this is a region that most of the old school leagues started in. So you'd start out in Familiar Lumbridge, but in RS3 there's quite a few more features in Misthalin. So for example, in the Lumbridge, or even just north of the castle, we have the Thieving Guild. We have prayer training at the Nexus. Let's see what else we have. Runespan in the Wizard's Tower. And the diving D&D Giant Oyster. Let's see. There's some early divination training spots here. And we also have the portal to City of for necromancy training. War's Retreat for general PVM, and Death's Office. Now moving a bit north of there, we have the Champions Guild. And presumably Dragon Slayer 1 will be auto-completed, and players will have at least 32 quest points, so should be able to access that straight off the bat. And there's a farming patch next to it as well. Bush patch. Let's see. And this is probably the most different compared to LSRS. We have the Archaeology Guild. So dig site is quite a bit expanded in this version. So this could be where you train archaeology early on, up until level 5 for the Caradet site, if you choose the desert, or level 20 for the Infernal Source just north of it. And we have Skeletal Horror D&D over here as well. Now Fort Thrym 3 is an interesting one. Thematically it feels like Wilderness, but you do get to it through Misthalin by default. So it could be classified as either Misthalin or Wilderness. And then we have the Grand Exchange, but as Iron Man, it's kind of useless. Presumably we'd still be able to form clans and join the clan camp from here as well. Then we have the Cook's Guild with a range right next to the bank. And then we have what used to be called Barbarian Village, which in this version we call Gunner's Ground. So Stronghold of Security is still there, but there's also the Stronghold of Player Safety just north of it, where you can get some early game safety gloves. We have Edgeville. But one of the biggest reasons to go to Misthalin is Centiston. So here you got an elite dungeon, you got the Nodon front, Glacier front, you got Zuck, some of the top tier weapons and armor in this one area. And from here you can get to Anachronia. So this is the equivalent of Fossil Island in OSRS. So as you can see, this is a pretty large part of the map. We've got the dinosaur farm on this island. And that's similar to the play-around farm in just north of Ardea. Bunch of different Slayer creatures here. And of course we have Anachronia base camp, where you can train archaeology. There is a gem shop here which sells up to Dragonstone. There's a stand where you can put skill cape, so you can get the skill cape perk at all times without needing to equip it. We have Laniakea for Slayer training, who also appears in the southeast of Anachronia. The Anachronia Agility course. Several D&Ds. One particularly useful for Iron Man is Herbie Werby for free herblord training. And a boss encounter, the upgraded version of Dagon of Kings, the Rex Matriarchs, with one for each combat style, including Necromancy.